put a dot on each of our foreheads, which is really the tefillin, the whole thing. I can't see my tefillin, you can't see its tefillin. But the dot on the forehead, and when we look at each other, we'll eat the wheat, but when we look at each other, we'll know that we're crazy. So,
never understood that. So.
You never understood it? Is that we're a check for each other. I know who you really are. You can't go into your negative trips and your negative judgments and get down on yourself, because I know who you really are. I keep you at who you really are. In other words, when we work with each other on that level, and we start to be friends with each other on that real level, it's awesome. And, I mean, I actually belong to a group of people called Call of the Shofar, which is based in Baltimore, and it's going to now be based in Israel also. It's a fantastic group. There's men and women groups, men's groups and women's groups separately, and it's a three-day workshop. And I've been in, since my first one 2 years ago, I've been in 5 as support staff, because once you go through it once, then you can help others. And I highly recommend it. And you can go to the website carlebach.com and find out what I'm talking about. You can write me and whatever. It's a group for coming to our inner truth, and each one of us help. And he's a facilitator. It's a very powerful experience. Each one of us is helped to get to our truth. It's a very powerful experience. And then I belong in a weekly group. We work together, and there's an idea behind it. And it's very powerful. If anybody wants to know more, please look at it.
I used to go to Emet groups. Is it like that?
Emet. I think it's the most powerful kind of workshop that the Jewish world has now. It's based on 25 years of having seen other things, warriors, forum, etc. But none of them are doing what Call of the Shofar is doing. And it's a fantastic thing, and I plan to do more of it in Jerusalem and make a center where, among the other things that I do there, there'll be workshops of this nature, plus meditation, plus Torah learning. But it's in a holistic kind of idea that I feel that Torah has to be. It has to be totally devoted to human growth for each one of us individually, to come to our greatness and into our power. To become empowered in the right way is what Hashem wants us to do now.
One of the things, based on what you're saying, is one of the things that struck me in the Gemara thing, it's very, very striking that in this work, the Jewish people are not yet at this point realizing who they are, and who realizes who they are? Haman. So what this is telling you is, yeah, it's great if you have a friend looking at you with love and showing you the light in yourself, but if you don't have that, the darkness of your own self can also show you about the light. If you're struggling with massive, massive things, and so many people are today, it's a parallel force to the light that's in you. That's what Amalek is doing. And so we make mistakes. Everybody's walking around, everybody's been taking everybody's like trying to bring Mashiach and trying to find the light. If we stop trying to find the light, but understand the light never went anywhere, it's there, it's just hidden by klipa, and we try to find the darkness and understand our own darkness, and not see it as the enemy, but see it as our teacher, then we know what to do, we know what to get rid of, and the light's right underneath it. And that's what I think is also in the Lord, about Haman seeing who we are before we could.
So important.
That's why I invited Pesh.
Thank you so much. And really, and again, in Call of the Shofar is a narrow entrance and an expansive end. You go into the depths of your own pain. And that is very hard, but that's where we find that it could be that the very pain that we suffered, because during all the different periods of our lives, right? There's the period when we are close to our mommy and daddy, so close that we don't even have a separate existence. Okay, then we want to be able to establish ourselves, the terrible twos. And we need to know, to be able to be supported in that. And then there's a Tiferet stage where we need to be able to know that we're individuals, but we're in relation to a larger family structure. And it continues on. And if we get hurt or wounded at any of those points along the way, and we have been, and most of us have been, then it becomes a note that we can't play in our lives. We always get stuck on it because we were hurt there. Right? We weren't given what we need to be given. And so we're all carrying these wounds. But the work is therefore sometimes to transcend, but sometimes The work is to go into that pain and to find out what we really want. Why didn't you love me? And it becomes, love me, see me, accept me for who I am. And it's a cry, it's the call of the shofar. It's the call shofar, call emet of the soul. Please see me for who I am. And you're saying it to the world, you're saying it to God, you're saying it to your parents, but you're really saying it to your own inner mental states that are stopping you from being who you are. It's a very powerful thing. You're surrounded and supported by every other person there who's crying with you. Because every one of us is crying with everybody else. So, amazing.
Sounds like fun. How many years ago was this begun, this Call of the Shofar?
Call of the Shofar started 7 years ago in Baltimore. Very, very, very special in my opinion. Rabbi Twersky in Milwaukee, Rabbi Michal Twersky in Milwaukee is very, very, very much for it, and a few other people. I certainly feel that it's a big breakthrough. There should be more people knowing about it. In terms of us, amazing, just great to be here with you. And I would like to make my books available at a lower price so that you could buy them, and my CDs, because the main thing is that I made them for people who I feel who could appreciate them. So if there's any way you want anything tonight, please tell me and I'll go down as low as I can. And you'll help me, and of course I hope it'll be good for you. And we'll see each other again hopefully during the week.